Welcome to Adam's Den.
I'm talking to a lot of people who maybe have been in the industry for a long time that have done a lot of like Roger Corman films or have done a lot of smaller like Full Moon films or something. And nobody's ever really asked them about the stuff that they've worked on. You get people whenever there's a new Marvel movie out, they ask Chris Evans, oh, what was it like playing Captain America? And he answers that for the 500th time. I mean, there's a definite market for that. But I think that it's really interesting when you talk to somebody that they made a film back in like 1980 that most people have kind of forgotten about, or they saw it when they were little. It's interesting to hear the stuff that went through to actually get that made, because back then it was a lot of bubble gum and duct tape and stuff that would hold these things together, and people flying by the seat of their pants. Or in a case of something like the video I did on Roar, where they had hundreds of actual wildcats in this enclosure that they were all working with, and now they would just be all CG, and it would all, and not bad-mouthing the CG artists, but it's a whole different, for lack of a better term, animal. You're getting something that's more controlled as opposed to the just chaos that was the older style of filmmaking.
Yeah, I completely agree. One thing that I usually say, because I've also dabbled in film production for many years, people ask me, oh, we can just CGI this or CGI that, and I always say, let's avoid that at all cost. And then they ask me why, and I say because there's a sensibility to using CGI. The one thing that I really like about Batman Begins, not a lot of people know, is one of my favorite uses of CGI, and a lot of people don't really even see it, but I know it's there because I'm a big geek when it comes to making of films and stuff like that, like you are. So there's a scene where Batman is jumping down a flight of stairs in Batman Begins, and when he lands, he stands up and walks away. And the director, Christopher Nolan, actually thought, well, his cape isn't flowing like I wished. So all they did was really add just a corner of the cape just flowing, just to make it just to make the movement a little more fluid. That's how you use CGI, in my opinion. You don't use it. You don't use it to make the scene. You use it to embellish the scene slightly, or balance where it needs. And one thing I usually tell people is the problem with CGI, or the peril of CGI, is, and I want to see if you agree with this. If it's overblown, it makes everything possible. There aren't any limitations to CGI. And what I say is, when everything is possible, nothing is interesting. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I don't know if I coined the phrase, but it's something I've been saying for a while, that CG, like anything in the director's toolbox, is supposed to be a tool. It is a scalpel that has become an axe or a hatchet, where it, like, instead of just, okay, we're going to tweak this and make this a little bit better, or here's something that we couldn't do, let's do this. It's just, nope. Green screen, two people standing in front of it, everything is fake. And I've seen things where you don't need this to be fake. I've seen videos that people have sent me where you have guys where they're running and they're holding swords, and they went in and they were just holding the hilts, and they went in and they CG'd in the swords. It's like, why wouldn't, like, why would that be fake? Like, I can understand if they were going to stab somebody and, okay, you're going to add that in. But even still, there are ways where you build a prop where it will go into the hilt and it's not going to actually hurt the actor. And like stuff like that, I think it's just a waste of resources and silly, quite frankly, because that's just overextending the reach of what you need CG to be. I do think that they go a little bit overboard. And a lot of times when you sit down and you watch certain films that are largely CG, I kind of start to lose interest, because it's like, oh, here's just this spectacle of nonsense. Like, there's no grounding. There's no there's nothing to kind of keep me involved. It's just a whole bunch of stuff happening.
Listen to the entire podcast for free on YouTube or Spotify, and also a bunch of other places. Check the links below, pick your favorite, and boom, you're done. Also, please subscribe to the channel and smack a like if you're enjoying it so far. And why not join the conversation in the comments section below? Do it. I dare ya.